Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about highlighting and how I highlight my highlighting routine. It is slightly different from the last video I did. The last highlighting video I think I did was when I was reviewing the Ben Nye banana powder, I think. Or I may have another one, I don't know. But this is how I've been doing my highlighting lately. You guys have been asking on Instagram, for a highlighting video. I've had some requests on Twitter for a highlighting video. So I definitely wanted to update you guys on what I'm using, what I'm doing, and the products. So I did change all the products. For the concealer now, I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is an NW40. So it's only, I'm NW45 or NC50. So it's only like a shade lighter than me, but this stuff actually looks lighter than necessary. But I'm using this now instead of the Studio Finish. I was using the Studio Finish before, so I'm no longer using this because this kind of comes off a little orangey and I don't really like it. So I've been using this. I've been using two powders now. I'm still using the Ben Nye powder, but I'm also mixing it with my NYC Smooth Skin Finish powder. I don't know. The Ben Nye powder, first of all, you guys need to understand, a lot of people, including myself, didn't realize Ben Nye is a theatrical makeup. So it's makeup for camera, it's for photography, it's for video purposes. So that's what this product is really good for. But in everyday natural light, it is pretty cakey. So I usually never wear this unless I'm actually taking pictures. I never wear this alone, rather, unless I'm like filming videos for you guys or I'm taking pictures or anything like that. However, I found a way to make this work for me during the everyday life. So I've been combining the two. You guys know the NYC Skin Finish is like a oldie but goodie for me. I wore it a long time ago and I stopped. But it's in the color Naturally Beige. Okay. And I have just the powder and banana. So, yeah. Getting started. I've been using this brush lately. It's kind of dirty because I used it yesterday. But it's the e.l.f. Angled Contour Brush. And it's just an angled brush. It's really similar to the Sedona Lace Precision brush line. It's very similar to that. So, it's like a little finger under your eye getting everything right. So, I'm just going to get started. I take a pump. Sometimes I try to get less than a pump because this stuff comes out, kind of heavy. So I just take this, and I've already applied my foundation. I'm using the CoverGirl Queen Collection foundation, and I've done my brows. So what I do is I kind of like dab a little here. I dab a little here in my chin area. And then I go back here and I just kind of stipple it in. I press it in because I want to make sure, for one, that it's blended evenly, and for two, that I'm building up enough coverage. So one thing I learned to do is I kind of pull my nose to the side here a little bit to really make sure I'm getting that inner tear duct area. And I'm just going to bring this right against the side of my nose, down, and I bring it to about here, and then I stop it about there, and then I just bring it, blend it downward into my cheekbone area. So now that I have my concealer applied to the general areas of where I'm going to highlight my face, I take a beauty blender with a little bit of Fix, and I'm just going to spray it really close because I want this to get kind of wet. And I'm just going to take it and beat my face. So I'm just going to take it really, firmly, pressing it in really good and blending it into my skin. And I actually don't really care for this beauty blender, so I'm going to switch my beauty blenders to my Soho sponge that's I used to apply my foundation, and I'm just going to blend it in really good. And as you can see, it's, it's blended really well in comparison. So that's why I really like beauty blenders. They just really blend, you know, your stuff together. And it gets you looking right. So it's a favorite of mine. Like that. And then I also blend my chin area. And I'm not done concealing. So I just take whatever's left on the brush, which isn't a lot. I get my Cupid's bow. And then I blend that out a little, just a little, because I don't want to blend it too much because I want that to be really highlighted. I get my forehead area. And I don't need a lot on my forehead because my forehead is already big, child. So I don't need no whole lot of attention going on up there. And I blend that out also. Okay. Just like that. Now, another area of my face that I also highlight, I take a pump. Okay, and I highlight underneath where my contour line is going to be, and this just really helps bring out my contour. I just do it right underneath, all the way back into the ear, and I just bring it down to about there. And what this does, as you can already tell, it shapes my face a little more, so when I apply that contour on top, my cheeks are going to be like, you know, it's going to be very contoured and very chiseled. So I'm just going to take Beauty Blender. And with this, I pat it in and then I blend it downward. Because I don't really want it to go into where my contour is going to be, obviously. So I just blend down. And you can kind of see how it already creates a contour line. So patting it in and then blending it down. To give it a really good look, like that. So there, I've highlighted. Now to set my highlight, which is really going to make it stand out with my foundation and stand out with my contour and setting powder and etc. So the first thing I do is I open up my NYC Skin Finish, which looks like that, and it already has some out on the top. And I'm just going to take some of my Ben Nye, and I'm just going to tap my Ben Nye right in there. So about that much. And I'm going to take this brush, which is actually a foundation brush, but it's a really good one. This brush I just got from Walmart, but I've been using it a lot lately. And I'm just going to kind of very lightly mix the two powders together. Very lightly because I don't want it to drop back down into the holes. So taking some on my brush, some of that mix, okay, and I'm just kind of tapping it on there, tapping off the excess. I'm going to pat this on underneath my eye, okay, and I'm just going to get it all over. And I'm pressing it in pretty firm because I want to make sure it really gets in there and set it. This Pro Longwear, I like it because it doesn't crease after a really long time like the Studio Finish does. So I'm really enjoying that part of it. And then I just take along that jawline. And you know, you're going to have fallout. That's okay. I get my chin area. I get my Cupid's bow area. And then I just take whatever is actually kind of left on here. And then I do my forehead. I don't really, like again, I don't concentrate too much on my forehead. But this also helps the shine. So like that. And then for my nose, I actually still use my Studio Finish because I just like the way this does for highlighting as far as my nose goes. Now, taking a concealer brush, I'm just going to pick up this product. I'm just, you know, rubbing it all over the brush, making sure I have enough. You want to look straight into a mirror. Contouring your nose is very important. So, looking straight into a mirror. I have to raise my eyebrows to find the center. So, I raise my eyebrows. And starting from just this area. My eyes always water when I look straight. So, I contoured or highlighted rather, my nose. Now I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender and I'm just going to kind of take it very lightly.
Slow.
Okay, so yeah, basically all I did was I just take my Beauty Blender and I kind of very lightly tapped around the edge areas and blended that in. And then I'm just going to take the brush, the very tip of the brush, tap the excess, and I'm going to get it down the bridge of my nose. Just like that. So that's pretty much how I highlight. It's very easy, right? I only used the Prolonged Wear, used the Studio Finish for my nose, and then the 2 powders. So it's pretty easy. Then once I'm finished, I'm not going to do it yet, but basically what I do at this point is I go ahead and do my eye makeup. And then after I do my eye makeup is when I'll take a fluffy brush, this one, which is an e.l.f. Complexion brush, which is just basically, it's a really fluffy powdery brush, and I just kind of like brush off the excess, and once I do that, it's super highlighted. So yeah, once I'm done my eye makeup, I'll come back and do a separate video because I'm going to show you guys how I contour now. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for a contouring video. Bye.